All right. Next question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. In our world, or if our world were ruled by women, how would it be different?
Oh my gosh. Um, Such a question. I mean, I think that it would be emotion based a little bit. It would, I can't imagine that we would have as many wars as we currently do. I think that things would be discussed a lot more. And I think that maybe things would be a little bit more compassionate in the world because women just by nature are more feelings based and they want to help and they want to fix certain things. And so I think it, not to say that we aren't great business women because we are, but a lot of, like, I know my business is fueled on emotion and community and love. And so yeah, I mean, I think that the whole tone of the world would be different.
Absolutely. Do you think it would be, in your opinion, this is just an opinion,
Uh-huh.
in your opinion, do you think we would be better off or worse off?
In my opinion, I think the best bet would be to have a male and a female,
Ah,
and possibly, um, I don't know, just all a group of different people running things. I mean, it would be difficult to get them to agree on things, but I think that having both the business side, the emotional side, I think that that would be helpful.
I agree with you 100%. I feel like, I don't know, I don't feel like I operate like a normal female does.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, my fiance is laughing at me. He just he just walked into the room. I guess he's agreeing with that statement. Um, so I don't necessarily, I'm not asking this question like stereotypical for
Yeah.
all females because I don't necessarily run like this. However, since we're females in general are based more on emotions and feelings and people pleasing, do you think that it would halt things, like slow things down because we want to make sure everybody's good before making a decision versus just like jumping in and just doing, just, like minus all of the emotions, because a lot of times that gets in the way of trying to like make sure everyone's good.
Yeah, I think so too. Even what you were saying about your friend who would call you and you wanted to make sure they were good. I just picture like Adam and his best friend calling him one time of calling him and being like, "Oh, you'll never guess what happened, blah blah blah." Adam would be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Like, let's fix this." And then another phone call, like if that happened the next day, he'd be like, "Bro, seriously, like let's get yourself together. Why are you calling me? Like, deal with it. Like, here's how you deal with it. Don't call me again." And I think that like we would drag things out, want to make sure that they are okay
Yeah.
before. So I guess it is kind of stereotypical. I hate saying things like that. But
Have you changed in that aspect as far as like over the last 15 years being more the consoling to who you are now, or are you still that same? Because I've changed.
I am working on it. So I have a mindset coach that I have been working with because I feel nervous is the word, nervous to make somebody upset. And so instead of sticking with my convictions and living my life like a good person, but putting my foot down, I feel nervous that I'm going to upset somebody and it's sucking my energy. And sometimes it's such a weird thing, but I feel like it just sits right here. And I'm working to remove it and stop being that person. Like, um, because I have a family and I've got other responsibilities, and I need to make sure that I'm taking on my responsibilities here, and I need this free so that
Yeah.
I can do the things, get the things done that I need to get done. And sometimes that blocks things. Like you said, your friend calling you all the time. If she was still doing that, you'd be completely blocked from all the things that you want to do. And I don't want to have to feel nervous that I'm going to upset somebody for doing the things that I need to do in my life.
Yeah.
So, yes, to answer your question, I am a lot of times that person that somebody calls and they want to spew their stuff with. And I'm working on fixing that, because that's the other thing. Adam is not a drama kind of person. He likes happy, he likes things to run smoothly. He doesn't like problems, and it's not fair to invite those into our space when it's not just me anymore also.
Totally. Yeah. 100%. I 100% agree with you.
How do you feel like you've changed in cutting that off?
I've changed so much. Yeah. It's hard because I went through a really interesting time period where I actually thought that I might be the narcissist in my relationship or in my life. For those of you that are unfamiliar, I dealt with a 13-year narcissistic relationship, extremely abusive mentally, emotionally, financially, and sexually. But I became like a bitch. Like afterwards, but like a nice one, not like, I'm not like rude, but with boundaries, because I had never had boundaries before. So I didn't know how to set boundaries nicely. So my boundary setting was just like, no, not doing that, not interested, like super matter of fact with no warmth to it. So it's taken me a long time to get to the point now where I can speak feelings and emotions and communicate openly, because I was so used to not being heard. Whenever I had feelings or had emotions, it was my whole life actually. It was, oh my God, here she goes again crying. Oh my God, here she goes again talking about her feelings. So by nature, I'm a very emotional person. I cry super easily. And because I feel words, I feel facial expressions. Like I can actually it hits my soul really hard. And but I was told that that was annoying and weak and frustrating. So when I was setting my boundaries, I was setting them without communicating, without talking about my emotions, without talking about my feelings, just saying a definitive yes or no. And that comes across harsh, that comes across
Yeah.
rude. And so it took me a while to realize, like, hey, with my boundary setting, I can also kindly explain my thought process on this, and they're actually going to listen to me, because normal, healthy, emotional, mental healthy individuals listen. And I was so isolated, in different arenas during my life, in circles of people that didn't listen to feelings. So now, that I've opened myself up to, this arena and meditation and yoga and Reiki, and I have a beautiful fiance who's so patient with me, and I'm inviting new friends, like yourself, who are like-minded and who listen and who want to help and inspire and give back. Um, it's refreshing, but it's different, you know?
Yeah, totally. It's funny that you said that you used to give those just no and no explanation, and it seemed cold. And that makes me so nervous. So I'm the exact opposite. I have to fight with myself to set the boundary. And then it's like too much explanation and little heart emojis. And sometimes I just voice it. Like I send a voice text and like a
Yeah.
word text so that they could hear my regret and whatever. And I'm starting to try to work on the fact that I don't owe anybody like a huge explanation for things. If the answer is no, I have a good reason, and that should be it. And if you respect me, then and love me, then that should be enough. And that word nervous comes in again, because it's like if I don't do all of those things, I get automatically nervous that I'm upsetting somebody. I'm working on it.
I love that. But the first step is acknowledging and being self-aware that it's a problem so you can work on it.
Yeah.
There's so many people that are exactly like you and I who never realize it. And they're just stuck in that cycle for their whole lives of being nervous and people pleasing and not realizing that there's a reason why you are the way you are, first of all, and that there's a different way of doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.